If you want to see me use the Amrezy palette for a second look, then stick around. Hi there, it's Hélène, and oh yes, we are going to use the Amrezy palette a second time. And if you are not familiar with this palette, let me show you. I kept it in the box because it is very blingy. And I will say the glitter does shed off the palette. So I'm just keeping it so that I don't have glitter to clean up all over the place. And probably taking it in and out of the box is causing some of the fallout. But fallout on the palette, fallout under the eye, whatever. But this is what it looks like. It is very pretty, and it's Barbie pink, and the Barbie pink really goes well with what is, speaking of glitter, what is on the inside. And I did a look already. Actually, what I'll do is I'll put the swatches video, and then right after the first impressions video, if you want to see the previous look, which used Barb, and Barb was the most requested, followed by Anastasia. So I'm going to use Anastasia today as the primary shadow of interest in the palette. And last time when I used Barb, I used it with Semsa. So I am going to see if I can use a different color here in the palette to go with Anastasia. And Anastasia is a nice gold and hot pink duochrome. And I think I'm just going to do a few swatches here to see what it is that I want to use with Anastasia. I am really, really tempted to use Semsa again today, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go into Yugo, and Yugo is the shadow that I used to deepen up the look with Semsa and Barb last time. But I'm going to use this one anyway. I'm going to use this one. I'm going to use Wasted, definitely Anastasia, of course. And I think that might be it. So we will see how it goes. I'm a little bit annoyed that there is no kind of medium color peach, because I think that Anastasia would really do well with a color like that, but we will see how Yugo does, and as a basically an all-over shadow color with Anastasia being an emphasis for the eye. So I'm going to go straight into Yugo and use the fluffy side of the Anastasia brush and just gently start off the look, and I'm going to do this eye and then replicate it on the other eye. So let's see how it goes. I do have my eye primed and set. If you are curious, it is the Smashbox Matte Exposure palette that I used. So I'm going in the crease, and then I'm going to start blending it out upper and lower. And I'll worry about deepening up the outer corner, or outer V, however you want to call it, once I'm satisfied that it's blended all over the place. On the lid to the brow bone. All over the place is not exactly a good descriptor, is it? All right, so I'm going over here. I always like to do that, fill it in under the brow. If you have a lot of room between your inner corner and your brow, this helps to just kind of close that space up a little bit. And I wouldn't do that if I don't have enough room, or a lot of room. But if you do, then it just kind of keeps the look on enough of a percentage of the eye that it doesn't look all lost on the bottom, and then you've got this big brow space, right? And if you have less upper lid space, then you have less blending to do. So there are benefits either way. Oop, went a little bit far down on that one. Okay, I definitely don't want to use more color. Funny faces. A little on the brush goes a long way. Okay, I'm not mad at this whatsoever. I do want to clean it up a little bit right here. I'm going to use this unusual brush to do some cleanup, and that is the blurring concealer brush. I often use a concealer brush to do cleanup. It works well for me. Okay, I'm going back in with this brush just to get the line back the way I want it. Okay, I think that's all right. It's not as clean as I would like, but it's okay. Maybe just, I'm going to use the brush that I used to set my primer. Just see if I can soften this up a little bit. Okay. I think it's okay. I will go now with this end of the brush. It has some sparkles still. Okay, it's better. It had barb, I think, still in it. I'm going to go back into Yugo again with the brush and just intensify the outer lid. It's a very pretty burgundy that looks brown when it's packed on significantly. It's a really nice color. And I do like mattes that apply super well. Who wouldn't? But what I mean by that is that they can turn different colors depending on how you're using them. And I think that is so cool. And because I have the same matte as a base, I can manipulate it easily to get what it is that I want. And I think I want to do a little bit more. I still have some of that shimmer. I should have really cleaned that brush off more, but it is what it is. I'm going to use the same brush, go back into Yugo on the tip of it, and I'm just going to go along the lash line. And then I did a little bit of a cat eye, and I'm just going to connect the two. And there we go. I really like that. Really, really like that. Softening up the line here. And I'm happy with that. Let's stay with that. I'm going to wipe off the brush as best I can, and I'm going to go into Wasted, which I used last time as well for the brow bone. It's a very nice light shimmer color. Now, if it had been a matte, I would have been able to use possibly that color on part of the lid as a matte, not just Yugo. But because it's shimmery, I don't think that would have looked all that good. But it looks good as a brow bone highlight. And now I think I have everything that I want to go in and use the Anastasia color. So I'm going to wipe off Yugo that I have on this end of the brush. And I'm going to start off with this end, kind of pointed this way, with Anastasia so that I can get to the corner. And then I'll move to a finger application afterwards. I'm just pressing it in. I'm not using glitter glue because I want to see how this one behaves. And Barb did a very good job, by the way, on my day-long wear test with it. It did not fall all over my face, which was really nice. I resisted the desire to use a glitter glue. I've got Anastasia on my finger and I'm going to tap it on the lid. Oh yeah, this is a very good pairing. Yugo and Anastasia. I really like that. I've got a tiny bit of fallout, nothing big. I'll just use a Q-tip to clean that off real quick. Okay, and we are ready to start on the other eye. I'm just going to clean my brush and get that going. Okay, I have finished as much as I can with the other eye using the Anastasia brush. And I'm just going to go in now with this smudger brush, precision smudger brush from Smashbox into Yugo to just get more definition on the lower lash line because I'm having trouble getting as much of the glitter from the Anastasia off the brush, and I'm having to do cleanup over and over, so I'm not going to fight it any longer. So in I go. Like I said, there's no problem with the Anastasia brush, but I would just have to spend more time cleaning it, and I don't like to use brush cleaner just for a minor inconvenience like that. So I think that did a good job. And I do want to go back in to Yugo, not Hugo, Yugo. It looks a little bit deeper on this side than this side, so I'm just going to even that out. Okay, a couple of sparkles, but nothing too crazy. And I'm going to add a little bit more here. Okay, I'm pretty happy with what I have here. And my apologies for not being able to capture all of this look in fast forward because I, for some reason, didn't automatically start recording again and then started the look without realizing the camera was off. So my apologies for that. That's the first time that's happened, and I'm just going to keep the camera rolling no matter what. No trying to save battery and memory card again. It's because I'll do it again, and you don't want that, and I don't want that. So, all right, enough blabbing. So I'm going to go off camera, do my mascara and liner and possibly lip, and I will be right back with the final look. This is the final look. I'm pretty happy with it. It is, I would say, reasonably different from the Barb look that I had in the previous video. Different liners, a lot of the same mascara, but different liners, and I think that that makes a big difference. So let me tell you what is on my eyes beyond what was on before I left for a little bit. I have Rockstar on my lower waterline and lash line, and I did take off a little bit of Yugo down here, and in big part it was because for some reason, the Clinique mascara transferred today. Don't know why, but it did. That's the first time I've had to wipe off mascara on just underneath my lower lashes. I'm not sure if I was just distracted or what, but anyway. And what I found was that Rockstar is a really good match for Yugo. And I think you will agree based on this swatch. So I thought no harm, no foul, to quote Teresa is Dead. I just winged it and used the liner to fill in what was missing from Yugo, and it worked great. And I used the Fenty Fly Liner on my upper lash line. I did not do a wing because I felt like the wing was already kind of there from Yugo, and I just connected them. It's a subtle wing, but it still shows on both sides, so I'm pretty happy with that. I also used the Urban Decay Zero. Now this is a monumentous occasion. This is my last time using this pencil. I cannot sharpen it anymore, and it is now dangerous for the eye. I can't use the liner anymore because I'm going to scratch myself with the wood surrounding it. Let's just call it that. And mascara, I used the same mascara as before, Sumptuous Extreme. I managed not to get any mascara all over the place. I was pretty happy with that, despite the size of the wand. Looks like this. It's a very big wand. And on my lower lashes, I used the High Impact from Clinique. Not very high impact, which is why I use it on my lower lashes. It doesn't put too much mascara on. And I managed to finish 2 products in this video. The second one is the All Nighter Setting Spray by Urban Decay. It was my last application, and it just left blobs of setting spray on my face, which I tapped off. So yeah, I finished this bottle. I've been talking about this bottle being on its last legs, I think, for 2 weeks. Well, it's done. So you will see a different container coming up in future videos. And just 2 more notes. I had this lip gloss on my lips throughout the whole video. I just reapplied it. It is the Becca Topaz and Gilt Lip Topper Lip Gloss. And I also noticed I had a little something going on with both eyebrows, and I just reapplied a little bit of my taupe dip brow from Anastasia Beverly Hills. And so that is it. If you want to know anything else that is on my face, you can find it in the description box. I list everything that I've used in a given video. And now that I am done, I turn it over to you. What do you think of this look using the Anastasia shadow as my primary objective for today? I would love to hear in the comments. And if you want to see any other looks with this palette, please let me know. I'm going to see if I can put all the names here. Hopefully you can see. Let me know if there is a shadow or a group of shadows that you are curious about, and I may very well do a third look with this palette on camera. And with that, I will say thank you so much for watching this second look using the Amrezy ABH collab, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. But for now, take care.